Welcome back to Sunday League Football. In case you're wondering, Nick didn't suddenly grow a load of hair, that is actually a wig. He went to a fancy dress last night. Happy birthday to Ray. And as you can see in the background there, Wazza's back too. That's right, Wazza went too, but more importantly... What are those? For some reason our captain Jamie tends to wear slippers to football. So today is Cup Day, not Essex Cup Day, not League Cup Day, but Ted Fairchild Cup Day. This is the one that brings all the divisions in our league together to battle it out for one trophy. This is the second round tie, and if you want to see how we got on in the first round, you can click the video here. For today's game, we face up to Stifford Clays FC. They may be in the division below us, but we've got to be wary because A, they're winning it, B, they're younger than us, and C, they're going to be running around for a lot longer. So with that in mind, let's check out today's starting lineup. So in between the sticks, we've got someone different today. It's Luke. Sean couldn't make it, he's not feeling too well. Just in front of him, we've got Aaron, Jamie and Graham. Left and right wing back, we've got Knowlesy and Wazza. In the centre, we've got Kieran and Tomo. Playing ahead of them in that cam position is Michael, and then leading the way up top is both Nick and Too Good. Shall we talk subs? Let's. So with loads of players out today, we've only got two to name, and they go by the name of Scottish and Wayne. So before we kick off this game, it's probably worth letting you know what the conditions are like. Windy. Let's kick off. So first action of the game is with our opponent Stifford Clays as the ball's thrown in. Michael tries to get it back and he eventually does. Kieran sticks a leg in too, but the ball finds number 15 as he lets it run. He does a nice little bit of skill to get past Jamie. Our opponent then treads on the ball. Graham pokes it away, and here's Wazza's first touch for Palmer's FC in about 6 weeks. He gives it to Michael, but then he's fouled on the edge of the box. It's Graham that launches a long ball over the top. It goes over the heads of the defenders. Nick's there to poke it past the keeper, and that is 1-0 to Palmer's FC. And just like last week, we take a very early lead. Also great assist from Graham there, who took the free kick quickly. Oh, go on then. Well done, that man. Kick off. Here comes Stifford Clays again with number 15. He rides Tomo's challenge there. He looks like a very tricky player, but he doesn't get past Knowlesy as he fouls him. The free kick's taken. It's not the best, but Knowlesy's touch sends it high into the area. Number 11's on the end of it to nod it back. When the wind did have enough of it, eventually came back down. Our opponent wins the header over Jamie. Number 15 shoots, but that's well over the bar. Here we got Wazza with a throw on this near side. Our opponent is unchallenged and sends the ball the opposite way to where number 13 is. Jamie wins the ball back. He brings it down, then puts it over the top to where Michael runs in on the defenders. The goalkeeper don't look too sure of himself as Michael wins the ball off him and brings it to the edge of the box. He looks to turn number 6, which he does, but the keeper gets a slide tackle in and it goes out for a corner. You want to know what happens from the corner? I'll tell you what happens from the corner. It's Knowlesy that whips it into the box. The defender heads it away. The ball's running loose at this point, and it's Knowlesy whipping it in with the left foot.
Oh! Yeah! Nice! Knowlesy, that's yours!
So the ball actually came off of the defender's head and the keeper didn't manage to deal with it. So what should we say? Was that the third own goal in as many weeks, or should we give this one to Knowlesy? Let us know in the comments below. But either way, what I can tell you is it's 2-0 to Palmer's FC. Kick off. So once again, our opponents come forward with number 10 this time as he gets past Jamie, but he runs into trouble with Graham as he looks to get it clear. His pass is misplaced as number 15 picks it up, but then he runs into a crowd of players and the ball falls to Jamie. He then takes on number 10 here, looks up and then fires a lovely ball through the midfield and defence up to Too Good. Too Good's pretty much in on goal at this point, but his first touch takes him away from goal. He has to fire with the left, and the keeper makes a save to send it round for a corner. And so that corner was whipped in by Michael. It was flicked by Nick the wrong way onto the edge of the box. Knowlesy shoots, blocked by the defender, flicked by number 4, but that goes the wrong way. It's eventually cleared, but only as far as Aaron. He wins his first header here, then the second one here, and then Kieran goes on to win the third header here. That's once again cleared only as far as Aaron, who smashes it into the face of Kieran, and it eventually goes out for a throw. Here we've got a free kick for Stifford Clays launched into the box by number 11. When it comes down, it's headed out by Tomo only as far as number 10 on the edge of the box. He shoots, Luke sees it late, and he tips it round the post. The corner's whipped into the box, miss-hit by number 17, and we eventually clear our lines. Here's a misplaced pass in the midfield from number 13, picked up by Too Good, then put through to Knowlesy, who's in on goal at this point, but rather than shooting, he opts to cut it across to where Kieran is. The keeper gets a touch to it, but it does fall to Kieran. He just needs to poke it home, but instead he opts to give it back to Knowlesy. Knowlesy shoots, the keeper saves, and we really should be 3-0 up after that. Here was a long goal kick from Luke, headed in the opposite direction by our opponent over our defence. He's picked up by number 13. It's a lovely little cutback from him to get past Jamie. He shoots with the right, but it's weak, and Luke easily saves. Here comes Stifford Clays again now as number 15 easily gets past Aaron. He knocks it over the top to number 13, but Luke's off of his line to save that one. The loose ball's picked up by number 15, but Kieran's there to stop him from putting anything away. So it looks like they've got a few individuals that are quite skillful on the ball, but even the defenders look to be quite skillful. I mean, look at that for a clearance. Anyway, from that throw, it's thrown long to Too Good. It goes over the defender's head. Too Good gets in there with the left. He fires, but the keeper makes a save from point blank range. Meanwhile, here's a guy that can't be bothered to use the road. Scottish brought his dog over. And finally, for those that wanted to know where we played today, we were literally just outside the new camp as Barcelona Barcelona hosted Atletico Madrid. But anyway, back to our game, and it's Nosey that picks up the ball on the halfway line. He gets in between our two opponents here, gives the ball to Kieran. He gives it back to Nosey. Nosey gets past the defender. He's in on goal. He fires with the left, straight past the keeper, into the back of the net. And that, my friends, is now 3-0 to Palmer's FC. If there was ever any doubt about the first one, there certainly wasn't with this one, as he celebrates with Super Dan there. Demara. Here comes number 12 for Stifford Clays, but Tomo's having none of it as he wins that ball in the midfield. That then falls to Wazza as he gets past his man here, does a little drag back to get past this one here. He plays it into Mike, but it's a 50-50 with number 12. 15 then picks it up, gets past Michael, but Tomo's having none of it as he wins the ball back in the centre. On the turn, he takes a touch and plays the ball straight through the defenders, and on the end of it with a first-time shot is Nick. He slots it straight past the keeper into the back of the net, and that's now 4-0 to Palmer's FC. Well done to Tomo there for battling in the midfield. Calcio Denizio. Big kick from Luke there, and on the end of it is Kieran, and as you know, he'll head anything, even if he doesn't think he's going to get it. Not quite sure about the recovery though, that didn't really go to plan, did it, Kieran? Anyway, here comes Stifford Clays as number 10 picks up the ball. He knocks it up to 18, he nods it down. Aaron completely misses it. The ball ends up with 18, who gives it to number 17 out there. He takes a touch, looks up, fires a shot straight past Luke into the back of the net, and that, my friends, is now 4-1 to Palmer's FC. Beginning. Time to put some pressure on of Aaron as Michael brings the ball forward. He's pushed out wide by number 6 there. He does a little step over, tries to get around him, then he's taken out. And that, my friends, is a free kick. Bit of advice, Michael. Try not to headbutt the ground. It won't hurt as much. Good lad. Anyway, it's Nosey with the free kick. He whips it in with the left, but the wind takes that one and sends it over the bar. You can't hear it with the wind, but that's half time. You might watch it, but it's now time to wear it. Support your second favourite team by heading over to palmersfc.co.uk to grab your favourite replica kit. Ships worldwide. As you can see, it's still windy, but we're ready for the second half. One quick change at half time. Waz has come off. He's not feeling too great, and Scottish has replaced him. Perdada Inicial. So first action of the second half goes to Stifford Clays as 17 gives the ball to 11. He pokes it through to number 12, but he's called offside. He still shoots, but Luke stands tall and makes the save. More pressure from Stifford Clays now as 7 plays it into 10, who gives it to 15. 15 turns and gives it to 7 as 7 brings it in towards the edge of the box. He plays it into 13, who flicks it out to 15, but he fouls Graham in the box, and that's a free kick. That free kick is taken, and it's too long for anyone, and it's easily collected by the keeper, but his kick here isn't the best, and it only goes as far as Nick, who gets it under control, takes on his man here, hits it with the right, and it ends up in the back of the net, and that is now 5-1 to Palmer's FC. Kieran's done it this season, Too Good's done it this season, and now Nick's done it. He's grabbed a hat-trick. I think he deserves a well done, that man. Of Spark. So following his hat-trick, Nick decides to go for a fourth, but ends up firing his shot over the other side of the field, where Scottish manages to keep it in. He puts it back in the box first time, which ends up back to Nick, hit on the volley, and that goes wide. Did I mention it's windy today? Scottish's dog is getting very cold. No coat for the seagull though, has ended up nowhere near the sea. So I did mention it at the time, but the only thing that can make it worse than windy is having wind and rain. And that's what we got as Stifford Clays come forward here. Kieran makes the tackle, 13 plays it through to 17, who slots it past Luke, but that's called offside. Having a look back at that though, you can clearly see Aaron's playing number 17 on, so that should have really stood. And we move on, and Knowles' throw is intended for Nick, but number 4 gives it to number 18, who clears it, but only as far as Kieran on the edge of the box. He pokes it out wide to Scottish, who takes a touch, looks up, thinks it, but that's too much, and that goes well over the bar. The goal kick's taken, but only as far as Kieran. His touch finds number 15, but he pounces down on him, wins the ball back, plays it through to Too Good. He takes a touch, looks up, slots it past the keeper, and that's in the back of the net for number 6. And that brings Too Good's total for the season to 8 now. Comerso. Here comes the future of Palmer's FC. It's Too Good's kid, who's been running up and down that line all day long. Stifford Clays bring the ball forward now, but Graham's there to block him off, and that's a free kick. The free kick's taken it straight through the wall, but that doesn't trouble Luke. Well, not much anyway. Time to mount some pressure now. Too Good wins the ball in the midfield. He plays it up to Kieran. He cuts inside, puts it through the legs of number 11 as he makes his way into the box. He cuts it back for Too Good. First time shot, crashes off of the bar, and that goes out for a goal kick. Unlucky. Get out of the way, Wayne. And as the game carries on, it is Wayne himself that's being warmed up on the sideline by Superdan. And as conditions get worse, it's Scottish that puts the ball into the box. It's headed away by our opponents, but headed back by Too Good. It falls to Nick, but his control basically gives the ball back to the keeper. Nice one. And here is the moment that Wayne graces the pitch. He's not had much game time recently, so he's going to make the most of this one as Aaron comes off for him. That's right, wipe the lens. So seeing as Wayne's on the pitch and he can't get in the way now, Waz has decided to take his place. Right in the middle. Right there. That's right. Anyway, we have a free kick and it's whipped into the box by Knowlesy. The wind holds it up for a little bit, but Kieran gets it down, turns, shoots, but that goes wide. Stifford Clays looking to come forward now, but Graham pushes number 17 across the pitch. He gives it to 15, then on to 12, but Tomo slides in, and that's another free kick. The free kick's taken past the wall, Luke, and the post as well, though. Here's Stifford Clays playing the ball out from deep. It's given to number 18 as he flicks it past Scottish, nice and easy there. Our opponent cuts inside and plays a lovely ball up to number 17, but Jamie's there to cut it out. And then there's Luke, not knowing if it's going in or not. He sends it round the post. The corner's whipped in, it goes for everybody. Jamie flicks it away from goal, and what should have been a throw, but Too Good's kid decides to keep it in. He's definitely looking to be signed up soon. Final moments of the game as Kieran wins the ball. It falls to Jamie. He's taken out. It's not a free kick because it's a final whistle. So there you have it. We ride out 6-1 winners as we find ourselves in the hat for another round of another cup. Talking of cups, we've got another match next week. It's back to the Essex Cup in the third round against South Benfleet United. Thanks again for your support and we'll see you in the next one. Time for an opportunity for us now as Knowlesy lines up this free kick. But hang on, look at this guy. No number on his shirt, but what he lacks in numbers, he gains in gloves. Look at the size of those. You know what they say about big hands, don't you? Big gloves. Just like when they talk about big feet, more shoe polish.